Oh, I don't know, but I'm using Instagram. Look, she's even using TikTok. And he is using Twitter. It's media. They're using different types of apps. Media? Oh no. You're not from here, don't you? Let's go! Oh no, they're not available. Let's just use media to ask them.
Question number 1. How has digital media transformed the landscape of education and research within the institution? For the Ingog City Colleges, most of the digital media that they use is the example of computer laboratory. So they use the computer laboratory for the students to have a better view when it talks about to become a digital literate person. And of course, it is really important to have a computer laboratory these days. It is because we are now in the 21st century. That is, in fact, we are somewhat technology dependent. Question number 2. What strategies does your institution employ to leverage digital media for online learning and educational outreach programs? Most of the schools uses the modular, but for Hingog City Colleges, during the pandemic days, the teachers use the strategy of having an online class, and of course we are using the Google Meet. Google Meet is a web application from the Google company that is used for online conference. At the same time, of course, it can be also used for online class. Number 3. Could you discuss any innovative uses of digital media in research dissemination or academic collaboration within your institution? In Ingog City Colleges, when you talk about digital media, they are somewhat very useful to us, especially the teachers and the students. It is because we are now in the 21st century. When you talk about 21st century, we are somewhat dependent on technology. At the same time, we are somewhat dependent also in the digital media. Just like for an example for Facebook. Okay. Most of our parents somewhat disagree when you talk about Facebook, but for the students and the teachers, we are using the Facebook application or Facebook website for a better communication between our classmates or our co-teachers. This is the best way for communicating as of today or for this generation. It is because this is just a one click away. You send a message and automatically the receiver will receive the message, and if ever he or she has a time to check for the message, and that's it. That is a better communication. And other than that, for the Google Drive, of course, it is a digital media or example for digital media where students or teachers were going to transfer their files through Google Drive this because it has a better storage and it has a wide storage when you talk about videos, photos, and of course it stays on the internet as long as you have the access or the login credentials.
Okay, so for number 1, if we are to compare the history of education, the process of education and teaching itself before and today, it is very far different. Before, we only used the blackboards where teachers write information that the students need to learn. But today, we already use the books and even PowerPoint presentations or other multimedia presentations. And for now, it is easier for the teachers and the students to disseminate or access information online. Okay, so since the COVID-19 struck the Philippines, there were major changes when it comes to our educational process. So let's say, for example, the online learning, the modular learning, or the blended learning, or the face-to-face learning. Since COVID came, there were major changes happening in our schools. So let's say, for example, especially the major areas in our city, asa mas daghan ang mga cases. So of course, they change na hindi mo na lang siya modular or blended learning, or like online learning. So it is much better before kung sa dato nga panahon ang case kay ang mga bata, they don't need to come to school to learn because it will be much more dangerous for them. So dapat online lang. And then teachers also in this institution, they are required to make PowerPoint presentations despite the children or the kids having their own books because it would be easier for them to learn if naabay mga multimedia nga presentations. Okay, so in terms of academic collaboration, so we have teachers outside our campus. So let's say, for example, teachers sa Liceo, sa CU, naiba na they conduct their own interviews or surveys for their master's or PhD. They can conduct their surveys through Google Forms. That is also the use of digital media. And in terms of information access or dissemination, we integrate the usage of mga portals. So we already have portals here in GCC where students can access their grades, their information. However, right now, they are working on another portal. I don't know what they call, but bago na po siya, which is much convenient to teachers. It is where they can access grades, maka-input po the grades. They don't need to write the grades on hand para ipasa sa registrar. So I think mo na siya mga digital medias or mga integration sa ICT which makes the lives of teachers and students easier.
And now you know what's media?
Yeah.